Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which means it's time for a review show special. Now, this is where I take a deep dive into a particular company, a product, a creator. And today I'm going to be taking another look at SEO Magic. Now, I think this is the third, maybe fourth SEO Magic review show special I've done. They keep bringing stuff out and I keep reviewing it. A lot of people don't shop at SEO Magic and they just see their things at conventions like Magic Live in Blackpool. They have an eclectic range of material and a lot of it is very, very different. So I'm going to be taking a very close look at SEO Magic today. They've got 4 new tricks that have come out and I'm going to be bringing a closer look at every single one of them and showing you a performance of every single one as well. So without further ado, let's get to it with this week's review show special, all on SEO Magic. Okay, so the first trick that we're going to be looking at today is FISM Monte. Now, FISM Monte is a very interesting Monty routine. Everybody knows I love 3-card Monty. Well, this is Monty with a twist. This is a very different version. And when I saw the picture of this, when I saw the sort of the ad copy, I was like, okay, that looks like something that I saw as a kid. But it's really not. It's very different to anything I've seen before. And the gimmick is really clever. Now, I'm going to show you a performance first of all. I'm not going to say anything. The reason it's called FISM Monte, by the way, is because it's been created by a FISM winner. So that will tell you the quality of the trick. But let's have a look at it first of all. This is a performance of FISM Monte. Yeah. You've heard of 3-card trick, 3-card Monte. Yeah. This is the 5-card Monte. Uses 5 cards. I've put a clip on there to prevent sleight of hand. But I've got 5 cards. I have, as you can probably see here, the 5 of spades, the 5 of spades, the 4 of clubs, the 3 of hearts, 2 of spades, the 8 of clubs. One is standing out. Which one do you think is standing out?
The 3 of hearts.
Very good. To win this game, all you have to do, very, very simply, is take the bulldog clip and pin it on the red back card, the red card, the one in the middle. It's very simple. Just take the bulldog clip and clip it on the 3 of hearts, on the red card.
It's hard to do one-handed.
You get it right, you get 20 quid. How do you think you did?
I mean, I put it on it.
Not great, honestly, not great. But don't worry, you know, it's difficult to do it the first time. I'll give you another chance to win the money. Would you like another chance to win the money? You would, wouldn't you? Okay, another chance to win the money. Let's make it a little bit easier. I used this the first time round to prevent sleight of hand. But maybe it's confusing you, so I will do it again. Are you ready? This time I'll spread them out like this.
Okay.
All you have to do is clip it on where you think the red card is. Now, obviously, we know it's in the middle, but you don't have to go for the middle if you don't want to. It's totally up to you.
Is it there?
Totally up to you, buddy. 20 quid.
We're going to go one next to it.
Oh, you think I've cheated?
Yeah.
You think it's on this one right here? Yeah, let me just move that one out of the way because you clipped 2. You think it's on that one right there?
Yeah.
That would be an ace of clubs.
Oh.
I know. I don't know how you missed it though. You know why? Because that's an ace of clubs, 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 that's an ace of clubs. Yeah, you didn't really have a choice. That's why you should never play cards with me, because I'm a cheating sod. So that's FISM Monte, and you know, I mean, there's nothing else really to say other than that's the trick. It's a great trick. Now, from a practicality point of view, there's a few things that you need to know. So first of all, the way that the cards are set up at the beginning with the clip on the 5 cards and showing the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you put that in your pocket, even with the clip in place, I have a feeling that it would all fall apart. They are genuinely 5 cards that are being clipped by a giant clip. And I think if they went into my pocket and I'm reaching into my pocket for other stuff, I think that I'd end up with cards all over the place in the pocket. So when I pull it out, it's not set up. And the problem is, it's not just the 5 cards, you've got the gimmick as well. So because you've got the gimmick, you couldn't take the 5 cards out and just put the clip on. You'd need to be able to kind of set it up beforehand. So I think the only way this would work is if you're a restaurant performer, for example, and you walked over to the table with this in your hand. And did it as kind of an opener, or put it down on the table and then came back to it later on. I don't think that you could do this in a walk-around situation. I don't think you can do this in that sort of situation at all, unless you put the thing down on the table and then went back to it if and when you needed it. So from a practicality point of view, that's something to consider. But in terms of the actual trick, it's very easy to do. The first phase is obviously as old as the hills. That's a classic. It's been around since time began. The second phase is what makes it interesting, where every single card changes into the ace of clubs. Now you could, if you wanted to, put a duplicate 3 of hearts somewhere and have that card that they're meant to clip reappear somewhere else. But I don't think you need to do that. I think that the change into the aces is quite strong. The nice thing about it is at the very end, as soon as you show that you've got the 5 aces, every single one of those is examinable because the gimmick gets taken away during the course of the routine. So, and the gimmick's very easy to take away. It's not very big, but that gimmick will get taken away during the course of the routine, which means that as you're going into that second phase, you are completely clean. It means that everything is examinable at the end of the routine, which is great. Now, the reset isn't long, but in order to reset the trick, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take the cards and set it up again. You're going to have to put the gimmick in place. So the same problem that I had with the beginning is the same problem that I have with the reset. It's probably about a 15-second reset, 20-second reset. You might get quicker at that if you want to. I'm not going to do this. This is not one that I'm going to do. Not because I don't like it. I actually do like it. But I just think I've got so many Monty routines. If this was absolutely incredible, I could live with the issues that it's got. But it's just good. Because it's good, it doesn't really replace the other stuff that I do. But if you're new to Magic, or you want something that's very, very easy and so you can focus on presentation, this is it. I mean, obviously, you will have to palm something away, but the thing you have to palm is done completely under misdirection. It's not very big at all, so you won't have a problem. It's getting 70% off me. It's called FISM Monte. You get all the props and everything that you need. It's written instructions. It's very easy to follow. That's FISM Monte. Right, there you go. That's your first trick from SEO Magic. Let's move on to trick number 2. So the second trick that I want to look at is Magic Cube, again by SEO Magic. And I think for a family audience, this would be great. And they've got a close-up version as well, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But first of all, let me show you the performance of the jumbo version. So this is the kind of the stage version, and then I'll tell you about the close-up version as well. Let's have a look at a performance of this. I have a drawing here. Now, I'm not the greatest artist in the world, I'll tell you that much for free. But I drew a Rubik's Cube. How do you think? What do you reckon? That's not bad, really.
Yeah, I don't think you drew it, though.
No, I did. I definitely drew the Rubik's Cube. It did not come printed on a card at all. It's definitely been drawn by me. But here's the question. If I told you that I could solve Rubik's Cube, you wouldn't be very impressed. Because you know I'm quite quick. What about if I told you I could solve a picture of Rubik's Cube?
Be more impressive.
Are you ready? Done.
Can you see
How
it?
good's that?
Hey!
There you go. I actually solved a picture of a Rubik's Cube. That's pretty impressive, right? Do you want would you like me to tell you how it works? I can tell you if you want to. Just don't tell anyone. It wasn't really solved. It looked like it was solved, but obviously it wasn't. I hypnotised you into thinking that's how it works. Just don't tell anyone. So I mean, that's really all it is. Now I've seen people print cards where cards have changed from one to the other. I mean, Ryland brought out with Alakazam Wild Cubes years and years, a couple of years ago now, and that achieves the same sort of thing using sleight of hand, but this is gimmicked. Now, I have seen Steve Rowe bring out a gimmicked Rubik's Cube card that changes with a flap. This is not a flap system. This is all internal. It's very, very different. But it is very, very easy to do. It is literally as quick as turning it around, showing it's mixed, turn it back around, now it's solved. And you can go from solved to mixed as many times as you want to. You can do it visually in front of the audience, or you can do it with the back to the audience. It's completely up to you. So with the jumbo version, I think this would be great for a kid's show, especially if you were doing normal cube magic as well. So I love the idea of doing like a look no see thing. So you have the card and it's got a picture of a mixed up cube on it, and you say that you're going to solve it. And as you say that, it solves, and they go, oh, it's solved. And you go, what? And you've turned it around. So as they say it's solved, you go, no, it hasn't. And now you show it's not solved. You could do a whole look no see thing, and then eventually a cube gets solved. I think family entertainers could really get a kick out of this. And I've always loved doing kid show tricks where it's impressive for the adults as well. So yeah, I think this is great. I think this is a really nice prop. They do a close-up version as well, and they supply you with like 4 cards. So they supply you with a card that's the same as the one that you've just seen, but poker size. And they also supply you with a regular card that's mixed up and a regular card that's solved as well. And I think there's 4 cards altogether. There's 2 solved and 1 unsolved. I think is and then the gimmick. So you can have lots of different variations. They're going to teach you on the tutorial how to do a transpo. So they're going to teach you how to take a solve cube and a non-solve cube and make them change places. They're going to teach you how to take 2 cubes and solve 2 cubes. There's a lot that you can actually do with this very, very simple gimmick. So if you're a close-up performer and you want to do something close-up that looks really good, the close-up version looks great. If you want to do the stage version, you get 1 card, and that 1 card will allow you to go from solved to mixed as much as you want to. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this into my kids show. This is not going to be anywhere else but my kids show, but I do a cube routine in my kids show, and this would fit perfectly in it. Kids love it when pictures are changing right in front of their eyes. I'm going to give this 85%. I think it's really good, and it's very easy to do, and unlike a lot of flap style gimmicks, this will last a long time. Okay, so this next one is called Sucker Cube Box DX, and this is kind of like, the best way to describe it is it's like a, what's the best way to describe it? It's like a die box that separates, but with a Rubik's Cube, and it allows you to have very clean displays throughout. I'm going to show you a performance of it. Now, this is something that I threw together. So there's a tutorial on there, and the tutorial is going to explain the different moves and explain a sequence, but it's very kind of in broken English. You kind of going to have to kind of put your own presentation together for it. You're going to have to put your own sequence together for it, but they're going to make it clear enough that you understand the moves. You'll see that I don't use the sound elements in this performance, but there is, just like any normal standard die box, there is that gimmick built into it that you can operate if you want to, where you hear it go thump into the other side. Let's have a look at a performance of this so you can see exactly what it looks like. We'll have a look at that right now. Now, Michael, what I actually have here is I have a little box. Do you see the little box?
I do.
So you understand which side of the box is which. One side is marked with a circle, one side is marked with a cross. I want you to remember that this side has a circle, and I want you to remember this side has a cross. Now, what's really cool is these 2 parts stick together and create one big box, or they come apart into 2 separate boxes. It's like Transformers. Now, what's important, what you need to understand, is when you have the box, you can see it all the way around. This side is solid, this side is solid, this side is solid, this side is solid.
Yeah.
It's very important you see that. It's solid on all sides. Also notice there is a door at the front that you can take off so you can see what's inside. And there is a door at the top so you can see what's inside. There's nothing inside. That is the Xbox. Not an actual Xbox. You can't play games on it, but it's an Xbox. Now this works exactly the same. You can see there's nothing on this side. You can see there's nothing on this side. There's nothing on this side. There's nothing on this side. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. This is the circle box because obviously it has a circle and not an Xbox and a circle box. But once again, you can see everything inside. Yeah. And they go together into one big box. Hopefully, at this point, I've covered exactly what's going on with the boxes. Now, the little lid goes on right there. That's very good. And the little front goes on here like this. We'll cover up this box, but not this box. And you'll see why in a second, because inside here, I have the other thing that I need to show you this amazing trick. This is a Rubik's Cube. It's one of Ryland's. I stole it off him. I also have this little box, and I want to see that there's nothing inside the box. The box is indeed empty. Yeah. That's very, very important. So we have an empty box. We have a Rubik's Cube. As well as the Rubik's Cube, I'm trying to put everything in shot. As well as the Rubik's Cube and the empty box, we have the Xbox, we have the circle box. They both have lids, they both have fronts. The fronts come off, the lids open. They come apart, as we've already discovered, and now we understand what's going on, yes? Yeah. Now, the idea is that I'm going to take the Rubik's Cube, and I'm going to put it inside this side. Now, this side is the X side, and I'm going to put the Rubik's Cube inside here, just like that, and I'm going to close it up. And I want you to remember that the cube goes into the X side of the box, not into the circle side of the box. Yeah. Quick question. Oh, by the way, we'll get back to this in a minute. This is just where I keep my Rubik's Cube. So, quick question. What is inside here?
The Rubik's Cube.
Very good. And what is over here inside here?
Nothing.
Nothing, exactly. Now, the idea is to try and make the cube go from this box into this box. Okay, even though they are solid sides, that's what's going to happen. So we put them together like this. We say the magic words, sim salabim. And what happens is now, let me just check. Yep, the Rubik's Cube is over here. And over here, let me just check. Yep, there's nothing. That is, of course, the first part of this amazing trick. But when I do this, and I cast a shadow, what happens is the the cube is back over there.
That's
Are you impressed?
not really.
I can tell that you're not. Sometimes when I do this, people say, Craig, because that's their name, they say, Craig, you're cheating. The cube really hasn't gone into this box. And you're right, there is nothing inside this box. But this is where the magic actually does happen. I want you to see that there really is nothing inside this box. You know there's nothing inside the box. I showed you there was nothing inside the box. The sides are solid. Where is the cube right now, Michael? We know where the cube is. Come on, we know where the cube is right there. Does he see it there?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Watch. Simsalabim. And that, Michael, is when the magic happens. Because now, if I open up this box, I want you to see that there really is nothing inside that box. And the reason there's nothing inside that box is because it's actually gone over there. Now, when I do this, people turn around to me and they say, Craig, because that's my name, they say, Craig, I think I know what's happening here. Somehow the side is opening up. Now, for those people that think that, that's not the case. The side is not opening up, and I will prove it to you. Look, I will take this box and I will put it on top of this box. Now, this is a solid top, this is a solid bottom. The top is solid, the bottom is solid. That's 2 layers of solid material, and you can see the box. You can see the cube right there in the circle box, right? All I have to do is say the magic words. Simsalabim. And just like that, what happens is the cube penetrates solid through solid, piece for piece, fibre for fibre, straight through the circle box, straight through the solid bottom of the circle box. And the reason is it lands right here inside the Xbox. Now, I shouldn't really tell you how this works, but I am going to tell you how it works. I'm going to tell you exactly how it works. Here's what happens. It's not actually penetrating through the box. What's actually happening is I have built a matter transporter into this box. It's kind of like Star Trek, but slightly less geeky. And what's happening here is I'm transporting the cube from the Xbox over into the circle box. And I know you don't believe a word I'm saying, so I'll prove it to you. First of all, the circle box, which is completely empty. Well, let's put the lid on first. There you go. The circle box goes over here. Do you see the cube?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Let me just put the front on. There we go. Watch. Proof positive that it actually travels just like this. It's not really magic, it's science, because it's a matter transporter. The simsalabim thing is all bollocks. Here's how you actually do it. Beam me up, Scotty. That's it. That's all you have to do. No, seriously, because now you can see it's gone from this box. It's gone from this box, and the reason it's gone from this box is because you're not going to believe this. It's over there. Now we're going to try and make it go back into the other box. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the big finish? It's going to go back into the other box. Watch. You know there's nothing there because you can see. Oh, let me just. There you go. You can see there's nothing there, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Where is it right now?
In the circle box.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You can say the magic words yourself, Michael, to beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up, Sky.
A little bit more enthusiasm.
Beam me up, Sky.
That's so much better. And let's have a look. And let's have a look. Oh my God, Michael, it has gone from here. It has gone from the circular box, and it is right here inside the. Oh dear. That can happen sometimes. I'm really sorry. No, that happens sometimes. This is a problem. You said beam me up, Scotty, with a little bit more enthusiasm. You beamed it further away. What actually happened? Hang on, let me just check. Yeah. You sent it home because now inside the box, right there, once again, is the Rubik's Cube. We'll put you over there and we'll leave you in there. And that is a miracle with the Rubik's Cube and 2 little boxes. That was a lot. So that's the trick. That's what it does. Yeah, that's what it does. The routine that I just performed for you is very much not like the sucker die box style routine. Now you could, if you wanted to, do more of a traditional sucker die box style routine where the kids think it's in the one side and then you're showing in the other side. You could do that if you want to, but it's completely up to you. You don't have to. You can do it the way I did it, where it looks like it's penetrating through and it's moving from one to the other magically. What I like about it is you have the ability to show that the cube is inside the box anytime you want to. So anytime you want to show that the cube's in there, you can do so. Anytime you don't want to, you don't have to. Now, one thing that they did, I just watched a video back of the performance that I did to Michael. And one thing that they didn't point out that I think if you buy this, it's worth noting, because you might have picked up on this on the video that I just showed you, is that at the end, don't put the cube back inside the box, because then you realize that's very discrepant, and all the time that you were seeing the cube inside the box up until that moment, it didn't look like it did when I put the cube in the box at the end. Now, that wasn't pointed out on the tutorial, but it's something that I realized watching back on the video, which is why it's important to video your performances, right? So that's something to bear in mind. But there's lots of gimmicks built into this. So obviously I use the box that it came in to have it come back. You can use anything. They suggest a top hat or something like that. But yeah, I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, you have the ability to take a cube, have the cube examined, show the box empty, have the boxes examined, put the box inside put the cube inside the box, have it jump around all over the place, and eventually end up where it was at the very beginning. And there's lots of different shells and lots of different sets. Everything is going to become unstickered, so you're going to need to sticker it up. That was a bit of a pain in the butt, but honestly, I think it's worth it. Yeah, nothing else that you need to know. It's all magnetically locking together, which is great. The tutorial kind of sucks, but it does what it needs to do. You understand how the trick works, and really at the end of the day, that's all you can hope for. And yeah, it packs small, it plays big. I'm actually going to give this 82%. I don't know if it's going to stay in my family show, but I'm going to put it in my kids show family showcase. I'm going to keep it in there, and I plan on trying it out at my next kids show and seeing what I think. I think it could be very good. I think I'll have to shorten the routine. I think I'll have to make it more kid-centric. But, you know, this is great. And if you do a lot of cube magic, this might be something that you want to put into your act as well. I know that Ryland looked at this and was very impressed with it, especially when you consider you end up with a regular cube that you can use for any other routine you want to do. So there you go. It gets 82% from me. It's very good. Now we're going to go on to the final review. Okay, so for the final review, this particular trick by SEO gets the award from Magic TV for the shortest tutorial ever recorded. This is like a 1 minute 30-second tutorial. I think it makes N2G's tutorials look like mine. Like, this is a really short tutorial. This is called the Infinity Sponge Ball. And before I do anything, I'm going to show you this. I mean, there's no routine that they teach with this. They just tell you how to actually make all the different balls appear. So I threw something very quick together. Have a look at this. You'll see exactly what it is, and then we'll talk about what we think of it. So this is what I kind of come up with. This is a little routine using a ball and a cup. Now, it's not really about the cup. The cup becomes important later on. The important thing is the ball. Michael, do you see the ball?
Yeah.
If you were here, you could touch the ball, squeeze the ball, you could pull the ball. You don't want to pull too hard, though, because if you do, you get two balls. It's called the two-ball trick because it uses two balls. The interesting thing is if I put one under the table and get rid of it, I can take this ball, squeeze it, and I get two balls every single time I put that ball away. I end up with two balls. And that's not the most impressive part. The impressive part is when I put this ball over here, I squeeze this ball like this, I squeeze this ball like this, touch my thumbs together, and this one disappears from here and travels over here. On the count of 10, it looks like this. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In reverse, it looks like this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I can do this over and over again, but the important thing is not to watch this ball. Watch this ball, because if you watch this ball, you'll miss that ball vanish. You don't want to miss that ball vanish. It's real, because a lot of people do say to me, where does that ball go? Well, it's not about where that ball goes, it's about where that ball goes. Now, the one ball actually goes underneath the cup. It's not there yet, and that's because when I snapped my fingers, it got embedded into the cup. That's the problem. It went all the way into the cup. It's very hard to get out. But the question is, where's the second ball? Well, this is the amazing thing. If I told you there's nothing here, there's nothing here, there's nothing up there. If I told you I could put this ball into my hand and I could make that second ball appear, would that be impressive?
Yeah, that would
What about if I told you I could do this and I could make literally every single ball appear? Oh, blue balls, nobody wants them. So for those people that want to do Benson Burner by Tom Stone and they don't want to put in the hours of work necessary to be able to do it, this is kind of what happens when you order Tom Stone from Wish.com. It does what it needs to do. It's a great trick. You know, it's a great production of sponge balls. Really, I think it's more for a stage performer than it is a close-up performer. You have to prep the sponge ball ahead of time. And if you had that in your pocket, I think that it would all come apart because it's held together very, very fragilely, if that's a word. I wouldn't want to set this ball up and then put it in my pocket. I think I'd be getting problems. So this is kind of probably more for a stage performer, a kids performer, family show entertainer, maybe even somebody who performs on stage. That's not a problem. It's something you're worthwhile knowing. I wouldn't do this if you're a mix and mingle performer unless you can guarantee that this ball isn't going to come apart in your pocket. In terms of the actual trick, it's great. The reset is about 10 seconds long. You could not do that in front of an audience, so you'd have to go away. If you've got like a sponge ball routine that you do and you want to add a finale to this, this might be the finale that you want to add. This is simple, this is direct, there's nothing else really to say about it. I'm not going to do this, but I can appreciate how nice it is. The sponges are really well made, they're of a good quality. I'm going to give this 60%. So there you go, guys. That's another review show special in the bag. Thank you once again for joining me here on Magic TV. Now, don't forget, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I left a review. Sorry, I did a Q&A earlier today, so make sure you go check out the Q&A. And outside of that, if you haven't already joined the Netrix, please do so. It's thenetrix.com. It's my online streaming platform for magicians. I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Craig, and this is Magic TV.